What's up, guys? Welcome back. Couple of things right out of the gate. This is my third intro to this video, so you're just gonna hear me say, I'm not gonna edit it out. Today is the last day. You ever put a pot of water on the stove and then forget to turn the stove on? That's what I literally just did. Shot a whole video reprimanding the girls. And for Maintenance Monday, and never turned the camera on. So here we are. It's actually the fourth one. The third one you'll never see. It doesn't exist. Tonight is the last night for the Etsy shop this year. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to shut the shop down. Next restock will be January 26, 2024. Stop messing with that. And it's like kids. It's like perpetual kids. Stop. Don't chew the end of it. Goodness. You didn't want it when I gave it to you. Now you want to, boop. So, we're not done. We're not closing the shop forever. I had some comments about us never opening the shop again. No, it's just for this year. And so we'll close down tonight at 10 p.m. 2 hours from now, if you're watching this video at 8 p.m. when it first came out, which you should be, we will be closing the shop. So you have 2 hours to get all the soap you want. Oh, come on, baby, quit. For this year. And then we are not going to do any shows we're not scheduled for any shows until May of next year. So that's going to give me a lot of time to get caught up on a lot of stuff. And that's kind of what happened yesterday. We'll talk about that. And we're finally in a good place with all the soap. So we have a company that we started working with last year, not making soap for us or anything like that. We still make all of our own soap, but they are buying soap from us to put in their gift basket. I don't want to catch any heat from this because we wouldn't have done it at the expense of you guys being able to get your soap. Just know that. They actually reached out to us last year before I was even on I'm a Survivor, and they're a great company. And what they do is they'll take soap. It's only 65 bars, and they will take our soaps and put our business cards in those and put those in gift baskets and give those out to corporations that they work with. So it's a really good opportunity for us to gain exposure into a business world as well. Exposure is nice, right? And anytime we can get more exposure, that's awesome. It's never going to be at the expense of you guys. I feel like we are actually in a really good place now. We've gotten to, I've said this before, last year was crazy. When we came back from I'm a Survivor, we expected a little bit of a lift on soap sales. And then as soon as I posted the video, you guys went and wrecked the Etsy shop and wiped us completely out. And the next probably 6 months was a complete sellout in 20, 30 minutes, maybe a couple hours. But now I feel like I don't feel like, I know for a fact, the last 3 months we have not sold out, which is good. That's where we want to be. That tells us that we've put enough out there for you guys to get everything you want. And it's working for everybody, so then we can then expand more into things like opportunities with businesses. And I know you guys are giving us massive love, spreading the soap around, telling all your friends, which is all we ask for. We'll keep doing what we're doing. You guys keep sharing the love, sharing us, and that would be awesome. Because last year, when you guys first found us, we had just dried off the girls. No more milk. So we only had the milk that we had already stored for spring of 2023. And so we took that and we did all of our math and said, we're going to be able to do this many bars for this many months before we get back into milk. And then we can start producing. But then there's a lag. So you guys know our soap cures for a month. It sits there for a month and just dries and hardens. And so as we're building and building and building and we get further into milk, I got to a point where I could only make so much soap. And so we are limited by how much soap I can make at this point versus milk supply. And it took us until probably October, November to really get to a place where you guys couldn't just buy us out. And that's great. That's where we want to be. We're going to keep expanding. So next year, 2024, here's kind of a little bit of the struggle we have. We get pretty good buy-in across all 15 of our soaps, 14 to 15, depending on seasonal. And even Plain Jane is a really good buy-in. So we've kind of arranged how I make soap. Say we only sell 50 Plain Jane on Etsy, but then, God, you guys want a better view? That's better. Now you're not necessarily just staring right at the cobwebs. So if you have a buy-in of 50 bars a month of Plain Jane on Etsy and 500 to 1,000 bars of eucalyptus, we have been able to figure out some numbers. It was really hard in the beginning because you would come in and you guys would buy out everything. Well, that doesn't really give you any good data, because if you're buying everything, I don't know if something is more popular than another thing. So we started watching what was selling out last. And then we do this at craft shows. You go in there with oatmeal and coffee because it's winter, and those are the warm kind of sweet fragrances that people love in winter. And you go to the craft show with extra oatmeal and extra coffee, and then everybody buys citrus. So it's always been challenging since day one. It's been challenging. You have several factors. You have who's showing up and buying. Is it rainy today versus sunny and warm? Is it beach season? Is it snow season? So it's, where are you in the state? The demographics are different. Different people show up for different events, and it's challenging. And so we produce at a number higher than projection. And so we started doing that kind of same thing on Etsy. We've had months where we couldn't keep eucalyptus mint in. And then next month we sell half of eucalyptus mint and we sell more citrus or more Plain Jane. And so it's been a game that we've been adjusting to, and we're trying very hard to build quantities based on sales, which is fewer Plain Jane, more oatmeal. Eucalyptus mint has always been our best seller, our highest seller on Etsy, at shows, all the time. It is our number one seller, eucalyptus mint. We struggle with that. We need more mint. You don't know these things until you start getting wrecked every month. And so we're building towards your wants and needs, and that fluctuates a little bit. So what we've seen is that you guys love our core fragrances, we'll say that, and you buy them pretty well across the board, and we have the numbers basically sorted out where everybody can get. To be honest, like Queen of Hearts was boom, 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 sold out every single time. Put 200, 300 on there, and they just sell out. And then you do Christmas, and this last Etsy restock was like, nobody wanted Queen of Hearts. I believe it did eventually end up selling out. I'm sorry, it did. But it was really slow compared to other things. And so we know our core fragrances are good. So what we want to do next year is we want to, what I'm trying to say is we have 15 fragrances that you guys love, and that gets old for you guys. It looks like sometimes. And we always get asked, are you going to have new fragrances? You're going to have new fragrances. Well, you can either be a shop that caters to all new, which is extremely difficult. It puts you in a bad position because you spend a month making lemon lime, key lime pie, and you show up on sale day and nobody wants key lime pie. So every company has core fragrances that they know everybody loves, everybody wants all the time. But those do get boring when you have people buying the same thing every month to a degree. They don't always get boring. People want their Queen of Hearts. People want their eucalyptus mint. So we're going to focus on core fragrances. However, we are going to start popping in newness this year. We have a men's line coming that I haven't even made yet. And I think we're going to do a test on that at shows. It's a debate right now. I would like to carry 4 men's bars and maybe have people buy it as a set. I don't know if that'll work based on fragrances. Or we'll do what we've done in the past, and we'll take those bars to a show or 2 or 3, and we'll let the numbers tell us which one is most popular, and we'll carry that one. We want to do a men's bar that's not activated charcoal. The only reason our men's activated charcoal is named men's activated charcoal is because our men's bar is based off of a men's cologne fragrance. It is Armani Code Black. That's why we call it the men's charcoal bar. Women love it as well. But what we've heard is you guys want a stereotypical men's fragrance that's not activated charcoal, which I understand because activated charcoal can be drying on your skin. It is a micro abrasive. It's made to take off that very thin layer of dead skin cells. It's made to draw oils out of your skin, kind of purify, if you will, some buzzwords people use. But if you overuse activated charcoal, it can be drying. So we want a good men's moisturizing bar that also smells good. So we're gonna pump out 3 men's fragrances. We're gonna see what they do. We might land on 1, we might land on 3. We'll keep you guys in the loop, of course. On me saying that, you guys have to, I don't just feed data out into Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. You gotta come here. This is my main channel for information for you guys. And the number of people that told me they didn't know we were launching a Christmas soap and they didn't know, which is, I'm starting to think is a miss for us. If nothing else, the video I put out with the Christmas soap had the picture of the Christmas soap as the thumbnail, so you saw that. So if you're following us anywhere, you should have seen it. But it's one of those things, it's like, I can't cater to everybody. So this is the main platform, this is our main focus, and this is where you're gonna get all that information. So on top of that, on top of men's, we're doing the Valentine's Day bar. We're gonna do a freaking, so it's scary as a small business owner. This was a hobby craft, guys. This was literally a hobby craft. There's nothing else, there's no other way to say that. Catching a weird shadow. That turned into a small business that's turning into a big business. And we have all of you guys to thank for that. There's no other way to say that. It's all you guys. I'm just a guy that makes soap. And so I can't just focus on making 1,000 Valentine's Day soaps, because we do have those core fragrances out there that we need to sell as well, that people want. And so if I'm taking my time to make 1,000 Valentine's Day soaps, that means other soaps are getting put to the side. So we're trying to figure out that bubble for seasonal, how we organize our production to ramp up for seasonal and come back down and keep our core brands at a stable rate so you guys can get as much of that as you want, and also flex on Valentine's Day, Christmas, like new men's line, Thanksgiving. So this year we're doing the V-Day soap. The oil's already here. We're doing, and I will do a video of that for you guys. Even though it's already out there, it'll be the same soap, this one. But it'll have a different fragrance. And then we're gonna do the pumpkin and some sort of apple pie for Thanksgiving. And then we're gonna do this year's Christmas tree and a mint bar or spearmint mint bar for Christmas. So that is the soap business for this year. I hope you guys watch this video to the end, because I want you to understand, like, our focus is always you guys. We are two people. We are two people that are trying to make as much product as we can. Not for us, not to get rich. We strongly believe, as who we are, that you make a really good product, you make a little bit of profit. There's some other popular YouTube channels out there that are selling their bars of soap for $5 more than what we're selling ours. We do have a slight advantage in our margin that H has been in the, we'll say, the procurement business for almost 25 years. She knows how to find things around the world and get them for cheap, whether that's bulk pricing, closer shipping, limited edition of things, working with small companies that are also trying to grow. She knows what she's doing in that aspect, which is why we can offer our soap at a cheaper price. Unfortunately, the world is turning the way it is, and olive oil has doubled plus since we started making soap. So actually, almost all of that doubling has happened in just the last year. So when we started, it was about $8.98 for 100 ounces. And we're looking at almost $26 right now for 100 ounces. It's been flexing a lot, $22 to $26 for 100 ounces. Do basic math, take out your calculator, figure that one out. We might have to bump a little bit next year. We're not gonna be crazy. I'm looking at people out there right now that are also on YouTube that sell goat milk soap that are $5 more expensive than us per bar. Perhaps the value is there. I don't know. But for us, it's offering a good product that people can afford, that's high quality, handmade. I mean, we're never gonna get rich with our price scheme the way we're doing it right now, and that's not our goal. So if you read one email that, I'm not gonna read the email because it's very personal for people, and we get them all the time that I've beaten cancer 4 times and my skin is itchy all the time. I just want to scrape my skin off, and I've started using your soap and it's changed my life. I'm not completely itch free, but I barely itch. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that scenario where you just don't even want to be in your own skin and our soap helped you? You're gonna get me in my feels. I get hundreds of those, and if raising the price $2 took away that person's ability to buy our soap that changed their life, no bueno. So we'll do as best we can to, with the current market of the world, to keep prices where they are. But it's just a warning now. I do think we're gonna have to bump a little bit, like maybe 50 cents or like $1 next year per bar. To me, it's like, because our profit margin went from this to like this now. So we need to stay here. We can't go any lower. So we're gonna have to take a little bit out of your end and take a little bit out of our end and like meet in the middle. And hopefully we survive this craziness. We can't not make any money. We have to pay for our time, our expenses. We can't just make soap and not pay our bills. So it's a struggle. It's a real struggle for us and for me, and it's challenging. And because of the stories we hear, and God, can I say the lives we've changed? I don't know if I have that in me to say that. But yeah, so that's soap 2024. You're going to see a lot of newness, and we're going to try to hit it big, like big. Like if you put up, let's throw a pretend number out there. You put up 700 Christmas bars and they're gone in like 4 minutes, 5 minutes. I literally can't make Christmas bars all year just for Christmas. So it's kind of like a limited edition, get in there, get crazy. And when you think like, oh, you know, how many will be enough? I don't know. Let's say 700 bars should be really good. Then what do you do? Because they're gone. So we took our numbers and we split them in half, and we said, we'll give people 2 shots at it. And then we have our show quantities, which we kept very, very small show quantities, so you guys could get the majority of that. And like the last show, which was Saturday, I think we took 15 or 20 bars to the show. That's it. And then the show was okay. It was like, it's like right on the bubble. But we only sold like 5 or 6, 9. We sold like 9 Christmas bars, I think. So we were able to dump the remainder 11 on Etsy last night or Saturday night, and you guys were able to get those. So I feel like that's fair. I don't know how else to do it. We have show people as well that are also loyal, that come to shows they know we're coming there. They come to get soap at shows. So we want to be able to offer them our seasonal stuff as well. It's been a tough game, and it's a real struggle, and people pleaser is the right word. I try to make sure everybody's happy, and that gets increasingly difficult. And it's just not sustainable. And so you got to draw a line in the sand and do your best. Not just draw a line in the sand and be like, mind your own business. But you gotta put a line in the sand and you do your best. And that's what we've done. So that's it for this video. It's just my big old stupid face talking to you. And I wanted to do that because I wanted to get the business info out to you guys and not be squirreling around pointing at goats and talking to other things. So I know, but process, I have like 50 some orders sitting at the house right now that we did from Saturday to yesterday. And then I'll take those post office today, and whatever orders come in between now and tonight, I will print all those orders. We'll process those tonight, and that'll be it. See you guys tomorrow.